Origin, Forme Dialga and Palkia have finally been confirmed to be debuting in 5-star raids during the Sinnoh Tour, set to be happening in about 37 days, and we're here to talk about it. So it's not like we didn't know that these were going to be part of the Sinnoh Tour. I mean, it was pretty obvious at this point with all of the leaks and whatnot, but maybe what we were not expecting is that they were going to bring alongside with them some new features into the game. So let's dig into it. Origin, Forme, Palkia and Dialga and Palkia, however you want to put it, are coming into the game. They're going to be debuting in 5-star raids, obviously first during the Sinnoh Tour Las Vegas part of the event, and later on during the Sinnoh Tour Global. But yeah, they're going to bring along some new features into the game, and those are going to be called adventure effects, which are going to be featuring both special attacks for each of these Pokemon, which are Roar of Time for Dialga and Spacial Rend for Palkia. We're going to be reading about those a little bit more as we go down the post, but first things first, the Pokemon debuts. Dialga, the temporal Pokemon, and Palkia, the spatial Pokemon. So they're going to be debuting first in Los Angeles, a part of the Sinnoh Tour. Only trainers with the ticket for either just like the general ticket for the live event, or the ones with the add-on for the citywide gameplay are going to be able to participate in those raids and get the featured moves for both of these Pokemons that are going to then give us the adventure effect bonuses. So it's pretty important to know that part, or to have that part figured out, because even like if you don't have the ticket, the add-on, or any of those, you can still participate in the raids, but you're not going to get the featured moves, so therefore you're not going to get the effects. So yeah, if you're lucky, we might encounter a shiny one. And there's also another note that these cannot be transferred over to Pokemon Home, maybe in the future, most likely, but as of right now, they are not going to be able to be transferred. So, and later down the post where we get into adventure effects, first things first, we start with Roar of Time, which is the featured move for Dialga. And basically what these moves are going to do is you pay some Stardust, you pay some candies for either of these Pokemons, and you get obviously some bonuses out of like the payment that you are doing. So with Dialga, we can start by paying like 5k Stardust and 5 Dialga candy, and that is going to give us 6 minutes of like basically pausing time. And if we either have some daily adventure incense, which I'm still like blown away by this one, either like daily incense, just a regular incense, lucky eggs, or star pieces, the counter basically just stops as you use the Stardust and as you basically use the move Roar of Time and pay whichever amount you're going to be paying for the time that you're going to be using it, and it just basically stops the timers. So the base payment is for like 6 minutes. You can pay up to 2 hours at a time from what I've been able to gather from my reading, up to a total of 24 hours total. Now, let me just do some maths here. Yeah, it's like 1,200 candies plus like 1,000,000 Stardust if you want to get that 20-hour timer going. I know that there are some crazy people out there that are going to be doing like a 24-hour challenge or something like that, but obviously if you want to get that much of a bonus, you're going to have to be paying like quite a lot of Stardust and a bunch of candies. But isn't this a little bit overpowered? I mean, like, at least there's going to be more of a usage for the daily incense coverage there. And obviously, as for the other ones, if you don't want to be spending as many Poke Coins, you can just use whichever free candies you get from just doing your daily raids and stuff like that, stock them up. And at some point, when you just feel like it or have a free day, just go for like a 1, 2, 3 hours of like a daily incense, which I don't really think that we can... I'm still blown away by this, because we don't really have any sort of, you know, we don't really have any notification about like the fact that it's not going to work that same way for the daily incense, which, to be fair, if you still don't have the birds, this is going to be a hell of a great way to just get them. Then we have a little bit of a note here that we cannot, at least at the time, we're not going to be able to teach those moves like True TM, which, well, it's only obvious. Okay, so those are new, so TMing those would it'd be just crazy. Now, later down the post, we have Spacial Rend for Palkia, but the effect of Spacial Rend is going to be a little bit different. I'm not sure if you guys remember about like a few months ago, we having that little bit of a mistake about having increased spawn radius. Apparently, it sounds like they were working on this already, because Spacial Rend, that's basically what it's going to be doing. So it has a little bit of a different cost when compared to Roar of Time. Roar of Time does seem to be a little bit more expensive. You pay like 100k Stardust and 100 candies. And as for the Spacial Rend, it's like 100k Stardust, or actually 60k Stardust and 60 candies, which is not terrible. The effect isn't as great in my opinion as the Origin or the Roar of Time effect, but it's still pretty good. But I don't really see this having as much of a usage when compared to the Roar of Time from Dialga. I don't know, those are my 2 cents on it. Then we have a little bit of a note regarding the Pokemon GO Tour Sinnoh Global event. So obviously these are going to be starting in Las Vegas, but we're still going to be able to get these Pokemons later down the road with the global event. We are just not going to be able, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but to get both of them. So when participating on the global event, we're just going to be able to get the move for one of the two, either Dialga or Palkia, so we're not really going to be able to farm both of those even if we do the raid. So if we choose to go the Dialga way, like, we're most likely going to get some sort of like timed research or special research to be doing at the time, and which are going to make us choose in between Dialga and Palkia. And if we go on Dialga way, we're just going to be getting a Dialga with the Roar of Time. And if we go with Palkia, obviously we're going to get the Spacial Rend one, but we're never apparently going to be able to get both of them at the same time, which is going to be a little bit, sad to begin with. But as with all of the events later down the road, we're most likely going to be able to get both of them. So just calm your stinking horses, okay? And then it's just them talking about what it is that the attacks are going to be doing and what it takes to both trainer battles and gym raids. Then a few more notes. Smeargle is not going to be able to learn either of these 2 new moves for obvious reasons, because like, I mean, they're just like so specific to these 2 Pokemons that it wouldn't really make much sense for him to learn it. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Up until then, and as per usual, stay awesome, stay safe, stay scrubbity, and I'll see you guys on the next one.